So I just finished meal prepping. This is 15 meals and 5 snacks in just over an hour. 1 hour, 4 minutes and 53 seconds to be exact. And just look at all of this delicious food. This juicy, delicious one-tone lemon chicken. We'll also be making this fresh spring potato salad, this saucy burst tomato chickpea curry, my favorite tangy tomato tofu bake. We've also got breakfast, we've got snacks, we've got gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan options. And this is all about making this as fast and as easy as possible. As for losing weight, I can only tell you what's worked for me personally. I tried so many diets, I struggled to lose weight. The only thing that actually worked for me was keeping track of my calories, Okay, so just to be clear, I'm not trying to lose weight right now, but I did actually lose more than 40 pounds using this exact method. Here's a little before and after. And ever since I posted my other videos like this, people have been telling me how much it's helped them, and you guys have been asking for new meals. So I wanted to give you a whole brand new week of meals. Before I interrupted, I think I was just saying I hate counting calories. But I hate counting calories. I refused to count them. So I found that this was the best way for me to keep track of my calories without having to count them at all. And that's the best part about this. Once you've done all your meal prep, you can go into your week and you don't even have to think about cooking or calories again. This is not about some sort of militant diet. This all comes down to making filling meals that are balanced and that don't have empty or excess calories. Just to give you an idea, this chocolate muffin, it looks delicious, but it's 480 calories. This entire meal that we're about to prep is only 400 calories. So this is 5 full days of healthy meal prep. There's 2 options for each meal so you don't get bored. And you can customize this to get exactly how many calories you need to lose weight or to maintain a healthy weight, which I'll show you at the end of the video. And if all of this sounds like a lot, I've actually put all of this into an ebook for you. I just thought it would be easier to follow along that way. It's got a complete shopping list, step-by-step instructions, all the recipes are in there, and yeah, you can download it for free. I'll link that below for you. Okay, so now let's go back in time all the way to the beginning, and I'm going to show you how to do all of this. Okay, oven's on, it's preheating to 400. It takes about 10 minutes, so in that time we're going to wash and chop everything, and I'm going to start the clock now. We're going to try get this done in under an hour. So let's see if I can do it. Starting the clock. Let's go. Okay, so there's a lot of things we're making, but there's actually only 6 parts to this meal prep. And the key to not getting overwhelmed is to just focus on one part at a time. Just look how simple this is. Okay, so in part 1, we're washing and chopping. Part 2, we're prepping the sauces. Part 3, we're cooking the things that take the longest, which are oven items and the rice. Part 4, we're prepping all the breakfasts and the snacks. Part 5, we're cooking all the stove items. And part 6 is the fun part because we're putting all the final meals together. So we're starting part 1. We've got 5 minutes to wash and chop everything. You can rinse your potatoes and vegetables, as well as the rice and the chickpeas, and then drain the tofu or get your chicken out depending on whether you want vegan or regular options. This might seem like a lot, but chopping everything at the start is going to save so much time, and I'll have the exact amounts for everything on the blog. We got 1 large onion here. We're chopping half of it into big pieces and finally chopping the other half. We'll be using the 2 halves for different recipes. Then take 2 green bell peppers, cut 1.5 of them into big pieces, and then finally chop the other half. Cut about 1 cup of celery into baby carrot sized pieces. Chop 1 or 2 sprigs of spring onion into small slices. Quarter 2 medium tomatoes, and then you can cut your tofu or your chicken into biggish bite-sized pieces. And that is all the washing and the chopping done already. Once we get into this, you're going to be so glad that you cut everything up at the start. And we're at 7 minutes. We're doing good. Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes to prep 4 sauces for the whole week. Prepping all your sauces together at the start is so much faster than doing them one by one throughout the whole process. And if you want to save even more time, you can just skip this whole section and you can use store-bought sauces instead. I just like to make my own because then I know exactly what's in them and I can get them just how I like them. First, we're making a zesty lemon sauce for the one-tone lemon chicken. For that, I'm mixing the zest and the juice from a lemon, some oil, maple syrup, coconut aminos or soy sauce, onion powder, cornstarch, and some salt and pepper. I like to shake that together in a small container to get rid of cornstarch lumps. The zesty lemon sauce goes so well with the chicken. It also goes really nicely with the tofu if you want to do the vegan option instead of the chicken. Next, we're making a tangy tomato sauce for the tomato tofu bake. Oil, tomato paste, maple syrup, coconut aminos or soy sauce, Dijon mustard, salt and pepper. Mix that all together. The sauce adds so much flavor to the tofu. It's actually made it one of my favorite dinners right now. Now we're quickly throwing together a tangy mayo sauce for the spring potato salad. Oil, lemon juice, mayonnaise, white vinegar and maple syrup, those give it a little tang, and pepper and salt. So I'm from South Africa, and in South Africa we love a tangy mayonnaise, which has a slightly tart, sweet and sour kind of flavor to it, but you can leave the vinegar and the sweetener out of the sauce if you prefer it more plain. And finally, we're prepping a tomato curry sauce for the burst tomato chickpea curry. Oil, tomato paste, maple syrup, onion powder, curry powder, cumin, ginger, lemon juice, and salt and pepper. This has been one of my go-to homemade curry sauces since I started cooking. Full of flavor, easy to make, I love it. And that is 4 sauces prepped in 10 minutes. Now in part 3, we're cooking the things that take the longest, which are the oven items and the rice. We're roasting some baby potatoes and green bell peppers, getting my favorite tomato tofu bake in the oven, and getting some brown rice cooking on the stove. So obviously with meal prep, you want to start with items that take the longest to cook and work your way down. But you also want to cook foods that you don't have to babysit. Roasting baby potatoes is perfect for meal prep because you don't even have to chop them. I just spray some cooking oil over them, toss them around a bit, and bake them for 40 minutes. And putting together the tomato tofu bake couldn't be more simple. I'm just greasing a baking dish, and I'm adding the half of the onion that we cut into big pieces. I'm just breaking it up a bit, and then adding the 2 quartered tomatoes, the sliced tofu, or you can use the chicken option if you don't want to use tofu, and then the tangy tomato sauce. Sun's come out a bit, the little birds are chirping. I don't know if you can hear it. And the oven is ready. The last oven item, we're adding the 1.5 green bell peppers in the big pieces to this little baking tray. Spraying a little bit of oil on, give it a toss, and these are all ready to go in the oven. So the last thing we have to do now is just get the rice on the stove. I've got about just over a cup of rice here, and I'm adding about 3 cups of hot water. We want to make about 3 cups of cooked brown rice in total. So get this on the stove. From now, we have got about 40 to 45 minutes. That's how long the potatoes, the tofu, and the rice take. That's all the time we got. So now we're gonna make the breakfast and the snacks. It's already part 4. We've done so much already. Right now we're prepping 2 breakfast options, banana and chocolate chip overnight oats, and my go-to green raspberry smoothie, and then 2 quick snack options, a berry yogurt snack and a hummus dip snack. Overnight oats are the ultimate meal prep breakfast. I'm going to show you a new recipe today. It's kind of based on one that I showed you in my recent overnight oats video. Oh, but one of you guys suggested to me that I put chocolate chips in it, so that's what we're gonna do. It's super yummy, and it doesn't feel like a weight loss breakfast at all. I'm just roughly smashing up 3 bananas and adding them to a bowl with 1.5 cups of whole rolled oats. 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. Almond or peanut butter go nicely with this. 2 tablespoons of dark chocolate chips. The brand I use is about 100 calories for this amount, just for reference. And 1.5 cups of water. Mix that all together. And this is actually breakfast when ready. We're serving it into 3 jars for 3 breakfasts. And I like to save some of the dark chocolate chips until the end so I can just put them on the top. Makes a really cute topping. This is a breakfast that you're definitely gonna look forward to. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. So that is breakfast 1 already ready. Banana and dark chocolate chip overnight oats. And now we're gonna get started with breakfast 2. We've got 5 minutes for each breakfast, and we're making a green raspberry smoothie. I love meal prepping this. I'm adding 2 cups of frozen raspberries to my blender with 2 scoops of vanilla protein powder. I use a vegan one that's about 110 calories per scoop, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, a medium-sized avocado, a nice big handful of baby spinach or leafy greens, and about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of water. We're just blending it up and then this one's done. 5-minute smoothie. And that's done. This makes 2 breakfasts. I got 2 jars here. This is a beautiful raspberry color. This is a great nutritious breakfast. It's got greens, it's got fiber, it's got protein, it's got berries, antioxidants. And I just wanted to make this look cute and show that it's raspberry. You know, you do what you can with your meal prep. Make it quick. And then you just do little finishing touches to make it look cute. It's gonna make you excited when you go get your breakfast. There you go. And that is breakfast 2 done. That is our green raspberry breakfast smoothie. One of my favorite breakfasts right now. Done. Now I just want to grab these bell peppers out the oven. I'd rather undercook certain things with meal prep than overcook, because when you reheat things that can always cook a little bit more. I'm gonna go leave this to cool and we're gonna put together the 2 snacks. I'm keeping the snacks really simple because when you meal prep and you meal prepping a lot of stuff like this in an hour, you gotta keep some of the things simple because else you're not gonna make it in time. I'm using about 3/4 cup of plain unsweetened coconut yogurt per container. That's about 80 calories per serving, which would be about 1/2 cup of low-fat dairy yogurt. Then about 1/2 cup of fresh berries. I'm using blueberries and I'm just throwing in a strawberry or 2 as well. And about 1/4 cup of almonds for all of the snacks. That's about 10 almonds per container. That is snack 1 finished. Absolutely classic. Let's put them away. Now we're making snack 2. Very easy. It's a little hummus dip. For this one you can use any kind of hummus, about 1/3 cup for each snack. I've got a delicious hummus recipe on my blog that you can use if you want. And then you do what you can to make it look cute. A little bit of pepper and a little bit of parsley. Goes a long way. Cute. Now I know, when I cut up the celery you're probably like, no. But it goes perfectly with the hummus. It makes such a cute little dipping item. So I'm putting it in a container to keep it fresh. And then you can cut up a carrot, but this saves time. Little baby carrots. And this is such a cute little snack. We've taken a boring snack and we made it cute. I'm putting some water in these jars to keep it fresh, so that when you keep it in the fridge it doesn't dry out. And then you can just take something, take a little celery, take a little carrot, dip it in the hummus, and snack 2, done. A little hummus dip. We are already at part 5, which means we're cooking all of our stove items. But since everything is washed and chopped and all of our sauces are already prepped, this is going to be super simple. We're cooking the burst tomato chickpea curry, the wonton lemon chicken, and then we're going to saute some green beans. We are running slightly over time, but it's not too bad. We're about 2 minutes over time. I am using a little stovetop here so that you can see what I'm doing better here, but I'm only using 4 burners in total. So I'll be using 3 at the back and 1 over here. We are starting the first stove recipe. I'm getting 3 pans heating. What's great about cooking on the stove for meal prep is that you can multitask. You can cook lots of things at the same time. Just adding oil to all my pans. Good luck. I'm adding about 1/2 of a chopped onion. We are making a little chickpea curry in this pan. This is another example of foods that you don't have to babysit and you don't have to chop. Green beans. They also meal prep really, really well. Saute them and then they heat up great. Now I'm adding some chicken breast meat to this pan. So you can try to separate them as much as possible so that there's a bit of space between all of them. You just put it in the pan and then we're going to turn it once at the end and add some sauce. Let's check our onions. You might not have time to let this get completely caramelized, but just getting it a little bit browned is going to add so much flavor to this. Now we're adding 1 can of chickpeas and some cherry tomatoes, and we're just going to let them burst. This is burst tomato chickpea curry. Go ahead and add the sauce to it. My spoon is way too tiny. And just give it a bit of a toss. Just add a little bit of water, not too much. Just a little splash to get the juices going. Oh, this looks delicious already. Check on our green beans. Now you can go ahead and turn the green beans down, and once it's cooled down a bit, and it's already a bit sauteed, you can add just a little bit of water. If it was too hot, just take it off the stove. Calm down, beans, calm down. The tomatoes are bursting just a little bit. I'm gonna like turn this down, just let it simmer away. You can't really overcook a curry. Okay, so when the edges of the chicken are going white like that, you can see it's almost finished cooking. You can just happily lift the one side of the chicken and see if it's crispy underneath. It's looking pretty crispy to me. I'm gonna turn it off the heat, and now we're gonna do our one turn for our one turn chicken. And then this last little bit is gonna cook when you turn it over. So this is how you're gonna get that crispiness, so you only turn it once. You'll know the chicken's done when you can easily take one of them and squish it, and it just breaks like that. And now we're gonna get that sauce right in. The pan's still nice and hot because we did it right away, so it's still sizzling. We're just gonna cook it on low just for a minute or two. Now we're at the final part. This is the fun part where we're gonna see all the final meals come together. We're finishing and serving out the wonton lemon chicken, the tomato tofu bake, the burst tomato chickpea curry, and the spring potato salad, which we still need to cook our final item for. We're just quick frying 2 eggs. First, let's serve out the lemon chicken. I'm just serving it right out between 2 containers so that it doesn't overcook in the pan, and so that I can use the 4th burner to cook the eggs. Okay, I'm taking the oven items out. These are done, just in time. The roast potatoes are also ready. We've cooked enough for 4 meals in total, so we're only using half of the total amount for the lemon chicken meals. So portion that between the 2 containers and then save the rest for the potato salad. The green beans are also ready. We've made enough to use for all of our dinners, which will be 5 meals. So roughly divide the green beans between 5 and serve a portion to each of these 2 containers now. So now I'm going to add a lot of black pepper on top. It really balances out the lemon a lot. I'm doing black and white sesame seeds. And just a little bit of parsley. So that is our first dinner served out. While I serve out the other ones, I'm just going to throw some eggs on the back of the stove to cook. We don't have time to boil eggs, so we're just frying 2. While the eggs are cooking, we're going to serve out our next dinner, which is the tomato tofu bake. The brown rice is ready and we've made enough for 6 meals. We'll be having a ½ cup serving for each of those meals. Then we're serving our tomato tofu bake. We've made enough for 3 servings in total, so you can just go ahead and serve all of that out. There's green beans in. Goes so nicely with this meal. Just gonna add a little bit of pepper. And the final touch, just a little bit of parsley if you want. This is dinner 2 ready. I think these eggs are good. Let's get those off. Okay, we're very close to time. We're at 58 minutes. Let's try to do this in 2 minutes. Okay, we're serving out our burst tomato chickpea curry. So let's serve out the final bit of rice. We're gonna add about ½ cup of brown rice to each of these 3 containers. Never cooked such bad looking rice. Oh well. Gotta make one mistake somewhere. Then you can serve out the chickpea curry between the 3, and then finally just that green bell pepper. Some pepper. I'm adding little toppings to make it look cute. I love fresh cilantro with this one, so if you have any, use it, but you don't have to. Looks absolutely delicious. Burst tomato chickpea curry. Now we're making the final thing. Putting together the potato salad really quickly. So we're using the rest of the potatoes that we cooked. They've had a little bit to cool down now, so we're just cutting these up super quickly. And we're just roughly cutting up the eggs. You can cook your eggs however you like. I've left my yolk a little bit runny, and all we're gonna do is just roughly chop it up. Let's throw this in a bowl and feel very excited because this is the final step. We're putting in that bell pepper that we chopped up right at the beginning, as well as that spring onion. If you don't have spring onion, you can also use about 1/4 of a regular onion. And then the tangy mayonnaise dressing we made. Give it all a stir. And that's ready to serve out. So we're serving this between 2 containers. And I like to keep a little bit of that spring onion left aside to get it on the top there. And that's just gonna make your meal feel so fresh. And of course, a little bit of black pepper makes it look fancy. There you go. Spring potato salad. The final thing is done. Oh. That's what I wrapped. So we're a little bit over, but it's okay. We still did really good. We made so many things. I think that's quite impressive. So that is all our food for the week. 15 meals, 5 snacks in roughly an hour. Obviously that doesn't include putting all your ingredients out at the beginning, and it doesn't include this. And it does not include all of these dishes. Okay, so this might not help you with all of the dishes, but this is how you can customize all of this to use as a meal plan. The amount of calories that you need to lose weight is completely dependent on your body, your current weight, and your activity level. So that's why this plan is customizable, so that you can adapt it to work for you. Just look how simple this is. All the meals are roughly 400 calories and all the snacks are roughly 200. This means you can easily mix and match them together. So for a 1,200 calorie meal plan, you can have a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner per day. Just leave out the snacks. For a 1,400 calorie meal plan, you can have a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack. And that's actually exactly what I prepped in this video, because I find that most people start with this one and then go from there. And if you don't know where to start, then you can try this one. For a 1,600 calorie meal plan, you can have a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and then 2 snacks per day. So you can just double up the snacks. And then for a 1,800 calorie meal plan, you can have 4 meals a day and a snack. So the way I do this one is have a regular breakfast, then a brunch breakfast, and then just a regular lunch, dinner, and snack. So that's how easy it is to customize this. I hope you enjoy all this food. I hope it helps you. I've got a free download that goes along with this. It's going to be on my blog. I'm going to link that below for you. I've also got a full 4-week meal prepping plan ebook. I'm going to link that below for you too. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm going to put a meal prepping playlist below this too, with all my meal prepping videos. I've done a few already. And this tomato tofu bake, I'm going to eat this one right now. Look at that. Because when I meal prep, I always eat the first meal first. Oh my gosh. It's so good. So I'm gonna enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed the video.